Shun Asanaga, a curious and bright young boy, has a deep fascination with crystals and minerals, a passion inherited from his mother, a former archaeologist. His obsession with mysterious stones leads him to his father's office one day, partly because he missed his own birthday celebration and wanted to see him. But instead of finding his father, he stumbles upon a peculiar crystal encased in glass, as if it were something precious or dangerous. Intrigued by its beauty, Shun opens the case to examine the crystal more closely. As he holds it, the crystal begins to glow, emitting a radiant hue that seems to pulse in sync with his heartbeat. The light envelopes him, and then suddenly, a portal forms right before his eyes. Inside the portal, he sees another world, vast and unknown. Drawn by wonder and instinct, he reaches out to touch it. His hand vanishes into the portal, and before he knows it, he's pulled in entirely, falling through the void and landing in a completely different realm. He crashes into a cell, startling a young man named Emilio. Emilio, a prince of the underground world called Endora, had been imprisoned by his own father, King Delzane. Emilio had tried to assassinate the king in his sleep, but failed when the king awoke mid-attack and easily overpowered him. As a result, he was locked in a dungeon until Shun suddenly dropped in through a portal. Surprised by the stranger's sudden appearance, Emilio questions him, but Shun himself has no clue how he ended up there. Their loud conversation draws the attention of nearby guards. As the guards approach, Shun's chest begins to glow, and from the light emerges a mysterious weapon known as a warp relic. Instinctively, he grabs it and slashes through the prison bars and the guards, freeing both himself and Emilio. Now fugitives, they flee from the castle into the wider world of Endora. While walking through the unfamiliar terrain, Emilio explains their location, Endora, a hidden world beneath the Earth's surface. They're soon attacked by a beastly humanoid creature named Bulda, a Zuzian, and one of the royal guards loyal to the king. Despite their efforts to fight back, Abulda proves too strong. Emilio's warp relic vanishes during the fight, and the two are knocked into a nearby river, ending the battle prematurely. After wandering for some time, they meet up with Alicia, Emilio's old friend, and her small dragon companion Valerian. They take in the breathtaking view of Endora's skies, dominated by a massive glowing crystal that serves as the sun. Emilio leads them to a hideout where they can rest, but they're attacked by a wild boar along the way. Valerian grows in size to protect them, but when it's thrown aside, Emilio and Shun take over. Shun's warp relic reappears as danger looms, and he bravely battles the beast. However, both he and Alicia fall into a hidden trap, leaving Emilio alone to face the charging boar. Thinking quickly, Emilio activates a booby trap underfoot, impaling the boar and saving them all. Shortly after, they meet Pascal, an eccentric man who knows both Emilio and Alicia. He takes them to his home, prepares a meal, and feeds them. Pascal then explains more about Endora and hints at how Shun might return to the surface. But before long, the king's guards discover their location and attack. Pascal escapes with the trio in his flying device, taking them to a new refuge. While Pascal goes shopping and Alicia steps out, Emilio confides in Shun. He tells him the king killed his real father, which is why he seeks vengeance. That night, Emilio wakes Shun so they can leave and meet with a resistance group called the Ignots, hoping to form an alliance to take down the king. They find a hidden camp, but the leader of the Ignots, Demetrio, refuses to help them, criticizing Emilio for lacking a real plan beyond revenge. Angry, Emilio draws his warp relic and attacks, but Demetrio, though weaponless, deflects the strike and easily counters. Shun tries to help but is quickly subdued. Though Demetrio refuses to aid in revenge, Shun convinces him to at least give Emilio a chance to prove he's worthy of leading a rebellion. Now part of the resistance, Emilio and Shun do chores with other members. Shun befriends old Julia, a seer who tells him he'll return to the surface one day. Meanwhile, tensions grow between Shun and Emilio, eventually boiling over into a fistfight after they both cast aside their warp relics. The resistance wakes them to continue the discussion on toppling the king and helping Shun return home. The plan is to rally the oppressed Zuzians, beings forced into hard labor for generations. With a new ruler promising equality, the Zuzians may join the cause. Later, Shun visits old Julia again, hoping to see more of his future. When he tries tricking Julia into revealing another vision, he's led on a fake bird chase instead. But the prank turns dangerous as Shun runs into Abulda, who attacks. Shun is nearly defeated until Emilio arrives, and together, they fight. Shun's warp relic evolves evolves mid-battle, and the two successfully injure Ibulda, who retreats. Just then, Alicia and Pascal arrive, furious. The Ignaz, now skeptical, meet with Pascal and Alicia. Later, Pascal warns Emilio that his thirst for revenge clouds his judgment. For a while, their groups part ways. Shun tells the Ignaz about the Babylon portal, their potential way to return him home. As they prepare for the next step, they reach a port town, rest, and visit the market. A hungry child steals Emilio's dagger, and after a brief chase, Alicia offers food in exchange. As they return, a young girl ambushes them with explosives. Shun and Emilio hesitate, realizing she's just a child, but she's skilled and attacks ferociously until Demetrio intervenes. He subdues her, cutting off her control device. Julia reveals she's a trained assassin, and they take her in. The group travels to the Zuzian island, where the chief holds them captive. Demetrio offers his life to prove their sincerity, but the female warrior Louise, half Zuzian, intervenes to save him. After a tense moment, the chief agrees to support their cause, offering ships and supplies for their journey. They continue their path, climbing a snowy mountain until a blizzard forces them to camp. The next day, they find dragon footprints. Julia falls into one, leading them into danger. A white dragon attacks, breathing ice. Another dragon corners them. Valerian suddenly transforms, countering the ice dragon's breath with fire. Alicia discovers Valerian is her father, once trapped in a relic that evolved into a living being. The dragons offer them passage across the mountain. Later, Shun hears the rebellion is growing stronger across Endora. Though spirits rise, Emilio still aims to kill the king. Shun punches him for his stubbornness, and though Emilio apologizes, the tension remains. They arrive in Babylon and approach the Four Towers. Julia explains their history and guides them to the portal's entrance. As they climb a wall, Emilio slips, but Shun catches him. On the other side, Demetrio and Emilio debate their ideals. Emilio wants revenge, while Demetrio prefers a peaceful change. Emilio reveals he's avenging his real father's murder. They navigate a maze toward Babel. Shun recalls his promise to help Emilio kill the king and wonders if he should back out. Before Emilio answers, they're ambushed. A battle breaks out. Though the king's men are nearly defeated, Ibulda proves difficult even after Emilio's relic evolves. Emilio, fixated on the king, enters Babel. Shun and Alicia follow. Julia stays behind to fight Ibulda but is betrayed by Louise, revealed as a spy. In Babel, Emilio confronts the king. They clash with relics, but Shun arrives and questions the king about Emilio's past. The king lowers his weapon to answer, but Ibulda strikes, killing him. He then steps into the portal and escapes to the surface. The portal shuts behind him, leaving Shun devastated at his lost chance. Emilio, overwhelmed with grief, realizes the father he sought to kill may not have been the monster he believed. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more. Don't forget to drop a comment, and see you in the next one.